Okay, hi, I'm Chandni. I work in an e-commerce startup in Singapore. I recently attempted the GMAT and I scored a 750. Initially, I tried to study on my own for the GMAT and I scored a 690 on my first attempt. But I joined Jamboree the day after my first attempt and I took the private classes. Finally, after about 5 weeks of classes, I scored a 750 on my GMAT. I scored a 50 in quant and a 41 in verbal. I think the key thing that sets Jamboree apart from the way that I was studying before, I would say there are two things. First, I wasn't taught the standard do's and don'ts that hey, being is always wrong. Instead, I was taught to think differently. And there was a new approach that I developed as to how to think and how to apply that to every question that I solve. That definitely helped me because no matter where I go, whether I'm studying for an MBA or I take a fancy new job, I think this new approach to thinking will always be with me, and I'm very thankful to my teachers for that. Secondly, Jamboree is not only about the course or the material. Both my teachers, Roshan and Vishal, helped me think beyond the study material. They helped me focus, they helped me with my speed and my confidence. And I feel that to cross the 700 barrier in GMAT, I think these skills are absolutely essential. So for these 2 points especially, I think Jamboree has been really helpful. I think my experience at the GMAT Center was very different in both my attempts. The first attempt I was really nervous. I remember going down, I remember taking time to settle down. I remember not being able to wear the headset because it was too heavy. And all these things made me so nervous that I was really nervous during my first paper. But the second attempt, I remember going down confidently sitting. I remember taking a few minutes to wear my headset, selecting my colleges in peace, and I remember just sitting back and giving the exam. I think the number of mock tests that I gave before my second attempt were definitely useful because I felt very confident. Also, I was very relaxed in my second attempt. I felt very confident. And I also felt that no matter what, I'll give this peacefully, and that was really good for me. The second thing that I did in my second attempt, which was different from the first one, is that during the breaks, even if you're going to the washroom or you're going to eat, I think the most important thing is that mentally you need to prepare yourself that hey, the next paper is quant or the next paper is verbal, and you should stop thinking about the previous paper. So you should use those 8 minutes to feel better mentally and not only physically, and that also helped. Now that I've scored a 750 on the GMAT, I can apply to all the colleges that I really wanted to apply since again. I'm going to be applying to Stanford, Harvard, Wharton, and I'm also going to be applying to a few colleges in Europe, so INSEAD, LPS. And I'm going to take, and now that I've been able to give my GMAT in October, I have 2.5 months to write my applications. So I'm going to spend time doing that, and I'll be applying for round 2 in all these colleges. Apart from the course and the material, I think the 3 things that are very important for the GMAT are confidence, speed and focus. And when you're giving the GMAT exam, your real exam is actually not on the test day. It's about everything that you've done before that. How have you studied? How structured are you in your approach? Do you know how to handle things in a short amount of time? Can you manage the stress? So I would say that in the GMAT, you should be really stress-free. You should structure and make a plan. You should stick to your plan. You should learn from your mistakes. I think those are things that help you in the GMAT, and those are things that they want to test. They don't really want to test your math ability or your verbal ability.